Welcome to Blooming Wildwood Homestead. Today I thought we would pop out and take a peek at how the peppers are doing. Here we are the 2nd of October and the peppers are still producing fairly well. I have a few that are preparing to ripen here shortly, and then I have a few others that are starting to wind down for the season. If you've been watching any videos for a while, you might remember that in the spring I wasn't even sure if the peppers were going to survive. I had started them in the house and we had brought home a lemon plant. It was a new addition to the homestead and it brought in with it a whole bunch of aphids. So all of the seedlings that I had started in the house were covered with aphids, and I tended to those, babied them along, and I really wasn't sure if any of the plants were going to produce. Turns out hard work really can pay off. Sometimes you think something might be going by the wayside and just keep after it, keep nurturing it along, and plants can be quite resilient, even if it takes them some extra time. A couple of weeks ago, I was planning to do this video, and so I'll throw in a few clips of how the peppers were looking just a couple of weeks ago. We were definitely loaded down with fruit. You can see they were growing really well, and the size development on some of the bell peppers was tremendous. I'll show you what we're looking at today. I've harvested some peppers off of here. We've been using a lot for canning, so we definitely have harvested a lot, but I'll show you kind of where things are at here at the beginning of October. Here we've got some of our little mini bells, and these are turning red here, ready to harvest at any point in time. These are great for fresh eating. They do have a lot of seeds in them, so they're not 100% my favorite, but they are fairly productive and doing pretty well. I've had a little bit of collapse going on just because they were pretty heavy with fruit and I did not have them staked up properly, but they're coming along. The bell peppers have been tremendous. These are California Wonders, and the size on these guys is coming along, but I've already harvested quite a few. We're letting some of the largest peppers turn red so that I can go ahead and save the seeds from them. That way we will see if we can go ahead and plant them next year. This jalapeno plant is up to my chest, which is pretty tall for a pepper plant here in the Pacific Northwest, at least from plants that I have tried to grow. And we have sort of a mixture here of things going on. So I've got a lot of green guys that are going to be ready at any time. I've got another plant down here that has some red jalapenos on it. Again, I'm going to be looking for the nicest specimens and selections to save for seed. We've got some more jalapenos. These are the habaneros. Again, I thought I lost these after these are purchased transplants from the store. But after I put them in, they were just kind of sitting here not really doing anything. And then all of a sudden, they just started to really take off. I was trying a little bit of a new to us technique, and hopefully I'll have more to share on that as we come into next year. But they've really come along. And I'm hopeful, since they're in the high tunnel, that they will go ahead and ripen, but time will tell. Here we have some more peppers that have gotten a little too big for themselves here. These are some Anaheims. Definitely doing quite well. We've harvested quite a few already just for salsas, some different canning projects that we've been doing. You can see I've got some more in here as well. They've done quite well. So I'm going to let these continue. Again, letting some turn red. You can see I've got one already on the way there. I'm hoping it will hold out so we can save seed from that one as well. We've got some pizza peppers in here looking great. I've got some poblanos that have really been coming along. We've harvested some of the larger ones, but these guys are not looking too bad. And then I've got some really high quality jalapenos here, and these are getting to the point where they are red. So I think I'm going to have a lot of good seed to be able to save here. Got a few more over here, and they should do quite well. These are some of the Hungarian hot wax, and they have been extremely productive. The Hungarian hot wax actually did really well for us last year. I had them in a different location, but they were extremely productive as well. These tend to have a little bit hotter of a flavor, but they hold really well on the actual plant. So I've got quite a few to harvest here. I am going to let at least 2 or 3 go ahead and redden so I can save seed from those as well. The serranos, well, they're coming along, but they got a little top heavy and decided to do a bit of crashing. We'll see how well they continue to mature. It might be a bit too late for these guys, but we'll see. Now, the serranos I did pick up from the store and transplant out just because I didn't have any planted. So I didn't have any seed for them, and I didn't have any planted. And then over here we have some more of the habanero, which again I did purchase the transplants. I've got one down here that's about ready. Super exciting. They're loaded with blossoms. I don't expect, just because we are into October, I really don't expect that they will continue to develop, but you know, we'll see. Anything is possible. If the fruit that's already developed ripens, I would be happy with that. And then we'll just kind of go from there. So that gives you a little glimpse into how the peppers are doing. I really thought we weren't going to get anything off of them, but they have been extremely productive. So I have quite a few to harvest. I'm going to go ahead and can most of the extra that we have, just so that I have those diced peppers available to use in whatever kind of dishes I want later. And then I also think we might do a little bit of dehydration of some of them. That's a great way to preserve your extra peppers as well. So if you have something that you're growing and something happens to it, you feel like it's probably not going to make it, if you have the ability, try to baby it along and see. You never know. Anything is possible. A lot of these that I transplanted out, I just didn't think were going to do anything, and yet they have been extremely productive, probably some of the best peppers we've had this year. I hope today's video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to click like. We'd love to have you subscribe and be part of our community here at Blooming Wildwood Homestead. Until next time, bye everyone.